Maokai doesn't really get countered by anything. Except like super aggressive junglers if you wanted to like punish that way. But there's a lot of teams that do like running the Ivern into the Skarner. And KC definitely would be one of those teams.
Yeah, Yike on Ivern looks good.
Yeah.
So we got the Corki first. This is a flex. Can be played either mid or ADC, so keeping the head scratching here on the side of CFO.
All right, we get Skarner versus Ivern probably then.
This was in the first series that these teams played a few days ago. When Junjia played this, it was very effective against KC. Granted, Yike was on Vi in that game, which has not been one of his stronger picks.
I would bet my 100% of my net worth that Yike is going to be either Maokai or Ivern. Yike is going to be a tree this game.
Okay.
I literally promise you.
Okay.
Yike is a tree already.
Okay.
I can see him growing roots down there.
All right, he's got some bark, he's got some leaves, some branches. Orianna. Now remember, this was banned against CFO last game, second half of the draft by KC. They wanted to keep HonQ away from this one. This time around, they're saying, nah, you know what? We'll take this. We can play it into the Corki if we have to, but it's also one of those just like kind of evergreen mid laner picks that works into a lot of different stuff if they want to put the Corki in the 80 carry role instead.
Yeah. All right, so which tree? The
tank tree.
The tree of choosing is his Maokai. Definitely a massive, massive pick for Yike. So much success on it in the past, and he needs it most now. KC need it most right now. Game 5, full pressure on.
But what do they go with for the third pick? I expect they probably want to keep the flex power of the Corki open. Okay, Jax slammed down. Desk was talking about put Kana on a carry pick. Put him on something where he can win lane, get ahead, be a threat.
So, Impact ran the Jax into Driver, and Driver solo killed him with a gangplank. Let's see what Driver wants to use against Kana. Is it the same matchup?
Is he gonna slam it again?
Kana,
okay.
I would say Kana's a different beast, but you know, Driver was absolutely smashing.
Very, very interesting.
Dude, are we gonna get like a Senna with some sort of jumpy carry down there to farm?
Oh, I'm okay. Actually, you know what? We're not gonna get baited. We're not gonna get baited. They haven't locked it in yet. This might just be a gigantic bamboozle.
Dude, I've seen. Okay, never mind. Okay. Just gonna be a Zeri plus some Enchanter then.
Okay.
Lulu's already pre-banned out, so Yuumi is available.
This is one of the most like stock standard comps ever, I feel like, for CFO. You've got just a big meatball tank in the jungle, standard control mage mid, bruiser.
Dude, I love
top.
Neela. I am a huge Neela fan. Yes!
Okay, Neela for Kalist.
You get some crazy stuff with the passive with Senna too. It's perfect.
Okay.
Oh, that's actually insane synergy right here. All right, what's the response for the Zeri? Are we just going Yuumi? Or something else? We cooking something better?
I'm very curious what they want to go with alongside the Zeri. Traditionally always does best with an Enchanter.
Ooh, this is so much more safety. The Janna ult. Oh no, that is, okay.
No, okay.
Man. I mean, I don't get like super excited for Janna, but way more excited than a Yuumi.
I mean, it's hard to beat.
Yeah.
What is now the LCP? Was it an international final? TPA, Season 2 World Finals.
Yeah, it's actually incredible stuff what CFO have already accomplished this year at this tournament. You mentioned the LMS. They come from such a long and rich history of international tenacious wins. You know, from the Flash Wolves, from the TPA that you're talking about, this has always been the region that has pushed the top 4 the most and taken the most wins off of the top 4. And they are doing that region proud despite all of the mergers, constantly merging more regions into them and ending up as LCP. They still here are doing the region proud on the international stage, and they're fishing around right now for some Yuumi Qs.
Yep. It's time to leave it all on the Rift. After this, I mean, somebody's going to finals tomorrow and somebody's tournament ends here. It has been a battle of a series between these two so far.
Speaking of the LMS and Flash Wolves and the rich history, Maple is streaming right now in a maid costume that he put on after game 2 and started a lot of momentum for CFO. So shout out to him, one of the all-time legends. All right, driver gangplank into Kana Jax. Yep. Will it go as well as his gangplank into Impact's Jax?
Well, Kana won the first barrel battle, knocking that one down, getting the plus 10 gold before Driver was able to detonate it, and there Kana wins another
10,
barrel.
Baby.
That's 2 barrels.
Kana looks stiff to me, okay? Look at that. But also can create plays. It's just so massive. Like, they actually bring so much CC to the game, too. You're just bringing so many options with the Senna Snare, with the ultimate engage that you can pop off with the Neela, as well as the auto attack shield. But mid lane, you had your eyes on Junja. You wanted some big Skarner stuff from him, Flowers. Guess what? KC have their eyes on him too with that ward, and they saw him wiggling around.
Oh, but down here, CFO. Yike is ready and waiting for him. Over the wall, there goes the Zeri, but a nice Bramble Smash right on back. Doggo to danger. It's first blood over to Kalist. Kaiwing cannot save his marksman. KC are on the board first.
KC saw the Skarner on the top side, so Yike goes bottom. They punish.
Now Driver taking a beating up here from the Jax at the same time.
So much power for these objective fights, so really nice kind of smooth pathway here for Yike in a game that we were looking for him to step up again. He's definitely set up to do so.
Ooh, Vladdy going in right on top of Honkyu, who immediately pops the point-blank shockwave. Targamas rotating over to make sure that his mid laner does not drop there. Some aggressive play in the mid lane results in Vladdy having to use his flash. The neutral objectives, one for one team, one for the other. Dragon early for KC. Remember, this was massive in them getting their first win back in that super slow game 1. Stacking up the Drakes, getting the early soul, not allowing the Azir and Sivercomp to scale. As Doggo and Kaiwing is gonna really be obnoxious here for Kana to try to deal with now that the lanes have been swapped around. Driver's not exactly having a great time dealing with Targamas and Kalist in the bot side, either in the enemy jungle, placing down some vision, placing down some saplings, and just trying to provide some additional threat. It looks like KC might be eyeing Driver down here in the bottom lane. He still does not have his ulti ready to go again. He already used it once to clear a wave that was crashing into this turret on the reset of his bot lane. And Kalist and Targamas, it looks like they're gonna bring Yike down here, see if they can clear this out. Driver in some danger, pops one barrel immediately. Kalist with the apotheosis. And there it is again, it's KC 2-0.
Well executed dive from KC. Now, Kana finds a Scorpion in his jungle.
And he's not too happy about that. Leave my frog alone. Damn Scorpion. You know, there's an old parable about this, Scorpions and frogs.
I know.
Yeah.
This time around, they go back to one that is much more similar to the first 2 games. The 2 games that KC absolutely dominated them on. So
yeah,
this is gonna be the one. The true meaning, it's going to be a dive on top side.
Yeah, they see the teleport coming in from the Jax, and Junja and Honkyu are both ready immediately to go after Kana here. Pops the counter-strike nice and early. Now they want to try to go after him. Junja immediately slams him into the wall with the Eshal impact. They need more damage to get it done. The Impale is there. Junja drags him out of the turret range in time, while Doggo and Kaiwing are defending on the other side of the map. It's Yike again, trying to make something happen, but the lightning crash is already down. There goes the Yuumi ulti on top of it. They clear the wave. They stop the dive, they stop the counterplay. Meanwhile, Driver's up in the top lane playing Minecraft, just getting the gold out of that turret, and that's exactly where they want him to be. CFO closing the gold gap a little here with a nicely timed play to punish Kana's teleport.
Exactly. It's all
Drake, as Vladdy will now be farming up in bottom lane. Bot side duos have rotated over towards mid now. Junja coming down, does not want to allow Yike to take this one for free, but Kalist and Targamas are here. This is the point of power I was talking about for KC. If they are in the fight, CFO has got to respect the lead that they have. Driver versus Kana up here in the top side. Driver just immediately eating the orange after we get stunned by the counter-strike. Responds with the barrel for that fast, snappy trading pattern. And it looks like CFO will take control over the bottom side river. KC does not want anything to do with the fight, so no more dragon stacking for them in this one.
Yeah, they once again, they made the call. All right, we dropped the bottom minion wave. Nice
pull there onto Kalist, forcing him all the way back out.
up to Yike to actually try and push him off. Instead, Jinja's just going to take his Raptors as payment.
Right. This is just the handshake again, but it's the hands going to the other arms from the first time. Right. Nothing completely stacked either way. And I feel like this does help the side of CFO because of the fact that they're drafting more of this scaling type stuff like you're talking about. They're drafting like the Zeri Yumi going from
lane lead.
And that is the entire lead still for KC. MasterCard lane economy snapshot right there on your screen. The gold overall dead even between the two teams. It's bot and support for KC. It's the other three roles for the side of CFO. And KC wants to put the pain here onto the tier 1 turret. Nice shockwave on a Kalist from HongQ, but nobody else is here in time. Jinja trying to go in with the Ishtal impact, but he can't close the gap in time. Goes forward, beautiful use of the Skarner ulti, as Doggo doesn't have the damage to kill off Kalist, but surely the tree will get chopped.
He's out.
Jinja trying to keep following, as now Vladdy has the opportunity to put damage into the tier 1 turret over in the mid lane, but a TP is going to bring HongQ back instead. Now he's point blank range with the Corki, needs a little bit more damage, tries to get away, flashes out of the extra big one, and now Vladdy's behind enemy lines. HongQ's still alive. The tier 1 turret is going to die, but at the same time, Driver killed one on the top side first, so it's first turret over to CFO, second turret over to KC, a kill traded back and forth in the mid lane with both mid laners. It's a mess, Kobe, and it looks like we already got the feats of warfare. Did we have the feats of warfare claimed? I'm losing track.
Gotta wait for the rotate. Vladdy gets the kill though in the attempted bait, so it ends up being, like an assisted kill for a non-assisted kill, which is, slightly more bonus gold for the other side. But the tower also was taken, and mid tower gone for CFO. That bastion of defense that you need for the middle of the map no longer available to them as we look towards the Rift Herald. All 5 members of CFO are coming, by the way.
Yike and Jinja are both standing by the Herald. Targamas and Kalist are here. The Shockwave doesn't find anything, and HongQ could be in some trouble. Targamas down to 40% HP now, as well as Jinja's here on the front line. The Gangplank OD up the top, a lot of damage out of HongQ is Kalist. And Kana trying to go in, but Kalist is already down! That's the most fed player! Jinja dragging Vladdy into the range of everybody else as well, and Doggo is barking! He's hungry for KC blood!
CFO do it! They get the fight! They're gonna get the dragon! That was massive! Flowers, the peel is real! Doggo stays alive. He gets to jump forward and punish. Wait, they're gonna get the tower and the dragon at the same time. That fight gives you multiple objectives. This is huge. Jinja on the Skarner, Flowers. Insane.
He is doing what needs to be done. Now, the Herald did go the way of KC. That is the silver lining here for them. That is the one thing saving that engagement from being an unmitigated disaster. But now, Kobe, allow me to direct from the third-person perspective.
Yeah,
it was beautifully done. Jinja showing up down here in the bot lane now. Kana's kind of a hard target to dive. Still moving forward towards him here. Ooh, swing and a miss on the Impale. Let's see if Doggo can get it done instead. Yeah, okay, I can't even finish the sentence. That's Zeri now with 2 fully completed items. Very, very intimidating stuff as KC gonna use their Herald up here on the top side, force down that tier 1 turret. It's KC now with 3 turrets to 2. Doggo's about to equalize that, but KC's sticking around. They're gonna at least get a second charge into this one as Driver is the one here to defend. Herald taken out as the Gangplank ulti is summoned up. The Cannon Barrage rains down. It's only gonna force KC back. There's no kill potential here. Man here commanding a 2,000 gold lead over Kana's Jax in game number 5. Vladdy and Kana doing a good job breaking those barrels, and now Driver's got to get away. Counter-strike is going to land. Driver immediately cleansing the stun on that one. Lands another barrel, tries to put a little bit more damage back onto the Jax, but now he's overplayed it a little bit as HongQ trying to stop the recall there of Vladdy. HongQ might have him, but it might go wrong the other way. HongQ about to die, but he stays alive thanks to the Yumi. Now Jinja and Doggo, it's another double for the Zeri, but the trade is the Otacon on the other side of the map.
It's a flower Otacon too. The perma-stats here for KC. The bonus experience. Nile here. They're gonna farm the flowers, but they lost 2 on the top side from the CFO baits. 2 baits in a row. First, it is Driver baiting. Then it is HongQ, who maybe unintentionally baiting. He thought he could win the 1v1, but the Senna ultimate shield kind of turned the tides there, so he also had to run. In the end, no Oyster falls.
Nearly 3 fully completed items. KC moving up into this bottom side river. Junja on Skarner also has so much playmaking potential in these river corridors, being able to charge through so many walls at so many different angles.
Yeah, it's critical. The Skarner ultimate into short range like the Neela.
But look at Kana. He's behind, he's wrapping around. This might be a pincer attack. If CFO's not ready for this, and Kana jumps over the wall, immediately insta-stuns Doggo. Hongkyu's gonna be there first though. Hongkyu's gonna die here at the very start. They pop the enemy mid laner. KC might just have themselves the fight they're looking for. They're sticking around trying to fight for the Drake instead. Lightning crashes, the Cloud Drake is slain. Doggo's moving forward. He goes in after Targamas, but now he's gonna be bursted down. He nearly dies. Massive kill coming in as Junja tries to do something in the back end, but KC have just found an absolutely huge turnaround. Beautifully done to catch Hongkyu. Kana standing and delivering when he absolutely had to. And CFO are aced.
It's a clean ace at that! No KC member drops! They immediately get to pushing down mid lane! Kana's gonna destroy this secondary tower! Huge case!
Tanking up the center route. He's the one who's unafraid to step forward. He's fine with this. Kana jumping back away. Nobody wants to get Skarner grabbed all early. And it looks like KC's got control over the pit. Okay, CFO's calling the bluff. They're saying, all right, you want to take it? We're going to rush the Baron. CFO, this is a ballsy play, Kobe. Yeah, this could seriously end the game one way or the other.
It's gonna be a 4v5 at Baron. Kalista staying on that dragon.
Yeah, Kalista's still all the way down there. The Baron's not dropping especially fast though. Kalista has the dragon down now. Honestly, CFO's gambit doesn't pay off. KC feeling good about this one. Driver ends up getting rooted up, eats the orange, but still loses half HP. Baron is still angry. Driver with the flash up of the wall. Kana might find himself another kill, but he might find himself in a bad spot too. CFO forced back with their top laner gravely injured as KC begin the Baron. Now Driver can go back. He can teleport to rejoin the fight and make sure that he can contribute. The Baron again, not dropping super fast, but CFO have to be ready. Doggo's got the Yuumi attached to him, and he's gonna step forward now with Kai Wing ready to rock. Junja swoops in through the side, and Kana's ready for the flank yet again. Nobody on CFO is watching for him just yet. It's a massive grab! They've managed to find Kalist! He's already down, and now they're taking the rest of the fight. Vladdy's trying to get away. Doggo dies, but he takes Vladdy with him. Kana's in the middle of everybody. He might just be the hero they need. Driver is so low. Junja is so low. A double kill over to Kana. The hero of France is the Jax today. KC's top laner refuses to lose.
That's the ace, and that's gonna be the Baron for KC. They've done it again. What a fight! They got the engage onto Kalist, but at the last moment, he smashes his keyboard. He gets
anything to do but dig in and defend as KC close in on the bottom lane tier 3 turret.
CFO trying to clear the waves, the Baron-empowered waves. Jax is at the tower. Junja.
Kana might be in a bad spot here. Junja, nice use of the impale there. Catches the Jax, but he's just so damn tanky they can't kill him. Kana gets away. Not just yet though. The shockwave lands from Hongkyu to finalize the
Another
kill.
one.
The tier 3 turret down in the bottom lane at the same time. CFO stop the Baron there.
These games are about hero plays, Flowers. Who will be the hero to step up next in the Baron fight? Kana is able to chase them down.
Get swooping around the same way he did in the previous version of this fight.
The pincer.
Kalist below. They're going after Kalist. They see the carry. Over the wall goes Junja. He wants Kalist right now. They know if they kill this guy, it could be seriously huge. Kalist at the apotheosis trying to stay alive, but the patience on the impale is enough. Doggo takes him down. KC has lost their AD carry, but again, they have stopped the Dragon Soul. 3-3 on the Drakes.
They should push bot. They should push bot. You should at least need to make them pay for this with a tower. KC, even though they lose Kalist, like you say, they get another Dragon. They stop another Soul. CFO, though, they have to make them pay more. It's just one kill and a secondary tower here. That's some gold.
But the tier 3 turret also died in mid to the minions. KC ends up getting a tier 3 turret of their own.
Too exposed in.
Yeah.
Honky hears.
Honkyu's struggling a little bit.
All right. Kana looks.
Yep. Kana immediately popping the counter strike, but no opportunity to do a whole lot with it. CFO spread out a little bit. Targamas with so much range too. 163 souls on the Senna. This guy can attack from a screen away. Doggo's looking for the chance to go in on Vladdy. He skates over the wall. but Vladdy with a bout can get away in time. Now in the meantime, it's Carla going after Hongju again. Just like last time in the bot side river, this might be what makes the difference here in the game. Junjo on the front line, slams Yike back into the wall. Hongju's in danger, goes into stasis to stay alive, but Junjo's gonna be killed up first. Kalista into the backline, Dog is about to die. That's it, that's gonna be the game. KC just ace for one. That will do it! They started off so strong! Their opponents took them the distance, but it does not matter! This is their first international tournament! It will be their first international finals appearance! They will bring Europe to an international final for the first time in 5 years!